Okay, so Neema has started sharing a screen. I would say we're talking about mob justice and the rule of law. So as she prepares to share her screen, remember, as Sharia Clinic, we are not what we are targeting the general public. It's not just for law students or advocates or trainee advocates. This is for everyone. So as it's for the public, everyone must know what is contained in the Constitution. And Article 50 talks about a fair hearing, that every person has the right to have any disputes that can be resolved by application of the law decided in a fair and public hearing before a court. And then 52 talks about presumption of innocence. So when we talk about presumption of innocence, in a criminal matter, the burden of proof is on the prosecution to bring a case and prosecute it, ensure that the accused, and through the evidence they bring, that they are able to link the accused to the crime beyond reasonable doubt. So where there's instances of mob justice, then that means there's no fair trial according to the Constitution. So that's my take. And now I will yield the floor to Neema to continue. Thank you, Neema, go on. I will start counting the minutes from now.
It's okay. So good evening, everyone. So today's topic is one which is quite important. As Angela has introduced, it's very important for us, not only as students, but also as any other person. This information, we can avail it to every other person because it's quite important. So I just want to lay the general flow, the way I'm going to address the issue. First of all, I will begin by stating the introduction, how the mob justice and what is the mob justice, and then why many people engage in mob justice, and how the mob justice has been in society. For instance, it has been unjustifiable because it leads to gross violation of human rights. And also I will continue to address other grounds for which we can use as alternatives, not using the mob justice itself. And so first of all, the reason why I have used the term holocracy. Holocracy is another name for mob justice. Mob justice is a situation whereby the people take the law themselves in their own hands and therefore decide to exercise that law. So Kenya, the Kenyan case the rule of law prevails. Article 10 of the Constitution provides that everything should be done in accordance with the rule of law. So this means therefore that mob justice has no ground in Kenyan case because of the Constitution and other legislations which have been enacted and put in place. So mob justice involves whereby the people, they take the law in their own hands. And so, for instance, one commits an offense or is suspected to have stolen properties. So the people generally come together and they decide that this person, because he's a thief, let's kill him. And do you think that one is justified? Do you think that that one is the only way in which we can address the law in society? Of course not. Now let's see some of the grounds whereby the people engage in the mob justice and the reason why they engage in mob justice. So the first ground that I am saying here is because the morality of the societies regard certain acts as immoral, and thus they believe that mob justice is a justice or is the only way that eradicates that person from the society. So it has reached a level in which the society thinks that, okay, because now you've committed an offense, you've stolen property, so we just need to do away with you and we don't want to see you any longer. So that is what the morality of various societies regards it as the best weapon. Secondly, some of the victims might be habitual offenders in various occasions, and thus the mob justice could serve as the best alienation weapon to eradicate that person from the society. So, okay, so some people in the society might have been habitual offenders. And so because they have been habitual offenders, so the other people would look at them and say, no, we are tired, this is enough, and so let's do away with these persons. And so they decide to take the laws in their own hands. That ground is that others engage in mob justice not because they have seen the offender committing the offense, but because of the pressure from other people. So let's assume a situation, maybe in Nairobi town. Maybe you're passing by and someone shouts that this person is a thief. The other people, of course, they will follow you and say you are a thief. And then the next thing that you will hear is that the other person brings a petrol, another person brings a matchstick, and then this person is stoned to death. This person is not allowed even a chance to plead that he is innocent, to say that I am not a thief. They are just killed at that ground. Some of the situations happens that, okay, you're trying to defend yourself, but you don't have that opportunity. So where are our laws? Where have we solved our laws? Is there any justice at all? So allow me to take you to the statistics of the 2011 case, which have been reported on mob justice. The evidence maps about 543 cases of mob lynching across the country. Nairobi reported 133 cases, Nyanza 108, Western 95. I'm sure that you can feel that in the screen. So should we relax and say that, okay, because it's not one of my family member, because he or she is not my friend, or because he or she is a stranger to you, and then we can agree that, okay, mob justice is enough? It is not quite enough. The reasons behind it is that it has led to gross violation of human rights. And the first human right which has been violated is the right to life. Article 26 of the Constitution of Kenya provides that everyone has a right to life. And that right should not be at any other ground, be arbitrarily be deprived of that person. That person, because that person is a human being, that right is inherent to him. It is inalienable and it is indivisible. At any ground, it cannot be limited unless the law provides expressly or otherwise. In this situation of mob justice, is there any ground that these people can justify the limitation of that right by saying that he is a thief or by saying that he has committed any other offense? There is no. It is a time that all of us as Kenyans, that we have to rise and say this is enough, and that there are better alternatives that we can choose so as to protect the lives of our peoples and our Kenyans. Number two, violation of the right to fair administration of action. Article 47 of the Constitution of Kenya provides that everyone is entitled to a fair, effective, and expedient treatment before the law. But no one has the authority to undertake an action which is unfair against a fellow human being and deprive that right to life. We are all equal before the eyes of the law. On that ground, violation of the right to fair trial. Mob justice is a situation whereby the victim is not given a ground to plead guilty or not plead guilty. Remember that our laws are very clear. Even the Penal Code, Cap 63 laws of Kenya, the Criminal Procedure Code, they provide that whenever a person is charged of an offense, a criminal offense, he or she should be given a fair chance to either plead guilty or not. Mob justice doesn't give this person an opportunity to plead guilty or not. Mob justice is whereby there is an immediate effect, immediate action that will deprive this person his or her right of a fair trial. No one should be termed as killed before the eyes of the law, not unless that person has been proved to be killed before the eyes of the laws. And so Kenyans, as you are aware, that this is something which is quite fundamental, that it has to be taken a serious step to ensure that everyone has a fair chance to appear before the law. Discrimination. Article 27 of the Constitution of Kenya provides clearly that everyone is equal before the eyes of the law. That in this crown, a victim is discriminated by virtue that all other people who are engaged in the mob justice take him to be a criminal, and for which the court, if we will have to follow the procedural means, the evidence and adducing everything else, he or she may not be termed as guilty before the law. Why should we then agree as a mob that this person is a criminal, is a thief, and then we stone that person to death? Don't we see that we are limiting the right of that person, that is a freedom from discrimination? We have to take cautions and precautions as Kenyans when it comes to issue of dealing with any other human being. Remember that from this issue also, we are limiting that person's right to dignity. Dignity is whereby we are dealing with this person as a human being. So it means that by us choosing the option of mob justice, we are not regarding this person as an important, as a human being, but we are just taking another direction of regarding this person as an object who doesn't have a say in the society, or who the law doesn't protect. Is that a way to go? Another provision is freedom and right to security. Freedom and right to security means also the protection of the life of this person, of the victim of the mob justice. That one is accorded under Article 29 of the Constitution. It is our responsibility under Article 3 of the Constitution to respect and uphold the provisions of the Constitution. So, fellow Kenyans, are we taking an initiative of ensuring that we uphold and protect the Constitution? Remember that it is not the responsibility of the police officers alone. It's not responsibility of the government stakeholders. It is the responsibility of you and me and any other person to take the initiative of protecting the lives of every person. Remember that by virtue of you being a human being, you have that inherent life. That inherent life, which should be protected by any other person. And that right should not be arbitrarily deprived of you. And that right cannot be divided in such a way that you can enjoy other rights and you cannot enjoy other rights. The reason why we need to address the issue of mob justice today, as I have addressed before, is number one, mob justice grossly violates the human rights of which I have stated before. Number two, mob justice threatens the national security. Allow me to say this, that it is raising a national concern. Remember that the state under Article 21 of the Constitution has been given a mandate to protect